Hello and welcome to my channel. I am going to do Excel chapter 8 Capstone assessment employee satisfaction. This is the 8th chapter of Excel section of my ET course. I will do this assignment step by step and you can get your assignment done by watching this video. If you want me to do this assignment for you, if you want me to do this complete course for you, just contact me on WhatsApp, email or WeChat ID that I have mentioned in the description of this video. You can hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences or writing assignments, etc. Let's start this assignment and solve this assignment step by step. So title of the assignment is EXP19 Excel chapter 8 Cap Assessment Employee Satisfaction. First step of the assignment is to download your file. This is the required file EXP19 Excel chapter 8 Cap Assessment Employee Satisfaction Excel file. So this is required where we will apply all these steps and we will solve all these steps in this file. So this will be our file. So now we will apply from step 2 to end of the assignment and we will get the required values using the formulas and doing some calculation. So let's do this assignment now. So step number 2 is ensure employee satisfaction worksheet is active. Then use the frequency function to calculate the frequency distribution of job satisfaction in column D. Place your result in range G5 up to G9. So basically in step 2 we are supposed to calculate the frequency distribution of job satisfaction, that is the column D. So we will use the frequency distribution function to get the frequency for the job satisfaction. So let's do this step now. So we are supposed to place the result in cell G5 up to G9. So we will first select these cell G5 up to G9. We have selected this. Now we will use the frequency formula, put equal sign first and type frequency. So this is our frequency function. So this frequency function will have two arrays. One will be the data array and other one will be the bins array. So we will click on the insert function, this one, and we will. So our data array is the job satisfaction, this one, column D, from D4 up to D53. So our bin array will be this one, F5 to F9. This will be bin array. So we are using the frequency function to get the frequency for the job satisfaction column D, that is the data array, and the bin array is column F, this one, and we will get the result for this one. So we got the frequency for the job satisfaction column D. So that is all about step number 2 and we will move to our next step, that is step number 3. Step number 3 is saying that enter a function in cell G12 to calculate the standard deviation of column C. So now we are supposed to calculate the standard deviation of column C. So standard deviation is always for the one column, and here the column is column C, that is the salary column, and we will calculate the standard deviation for the column C. So we will go to column G12. This is column G12 and we are supposed to calculate the standard deviation. So we will put the equal sign first and we will type the standard deviation. So this is our standard deviation of a sample and the sample will be column C, this one, salary one. So we will get the standard deviation, this one. This is our standard deviation, you can see that. So we use the standard deviation function to calculate the standard deviation for the column C. So now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 4 now. Step number 4 is saying that enter a function in cell G13 to calculate the variance between the salaries. So now we are supposed to calculate the variance of the salaries. So we will use the variance function in cell G13. So let's go to our worksheet again. So this is G13 and we are supposed to calculate the variance of column C, that is the salaries function. And we will use a variance function here to get the variance between the salaries. So this will be our variance function of a sample. Again we will use column C for the sample and we will get the salary, variance of the salaries. This is the variance of the salaries. And now step number 4 is completed and we will move to our next step, and our next step is step number 5 now. So in step number 5 it is saying that enter a function in cell G14 to calculate the covariance of the salaries and job satisfaction. So as I told you that covariance is always between two columns. So here one column will be the jobs, salaries, and other will be the job satisfaction. These are two columns. First one is the salaries, this one, and the other one is the job satisfaction, and we are going to calculate the covariance between these two columns. Note that this is a sample of data, not a population. What does it mean? It means we will use the sample function, not the population function. So we will use covariance.s, that will be a sample covariance. So sample will be two columns. Let me do this step. Go to G14 now. This is G14. Put the equal sign first and then use the covariance function. So this is covariance.p as because this is a sample, not population. When it will be a population, we will use the covariance.p. So now we are using covariance.s because this is a sample data. So array 1 will be this one, salaries, and array 2 will be job satisfaction. So array 1 will be the salaries, this one, and array 2 will be the job satisfaction, this one. Column C and D, we are getting covariance between two columns, that is column C and D, salary and job satisfaction. So we are using covariance function of the sample, that is covariance.s, and these are two array 1 and this is array 2. When we will click on OK, we will get the covariance between these two columns. So that is all about step number 5. So I have shown you first 5 steps of this assignment and I solved those steps, and you can do your assignment by watching this video. So now we will move to our next step. Our next step is step number 7. In step number 7, it is saying that enter a function in cell F17 to calculate the correlation coefficient between the employee salary and the satisfaction. Just like covariance, correlation is always between two columns. So here two columns are employee salary and job satisfaction. So we can simply get the correlation coefficient between two columns by using the correlation function, and we will use the two arrays in this step. First array will be the employee salary and the second will be job satisfaction. So let's do this step now. Go to F17. This is G17 and this is F17, and we are supposed to use the correlation function here. We will put equal sign first and then we will write correlation. This is the correlation. Like I told you that correlation is always between two columns. So one array will be from column 1 and one other array will be from column 2. So here first one is the salary one, this one, and the other one is the job satisfaction. So we are using correlation function, this one. We are using two arrays, one from column C and one from column D. When we will put this formula and we will get the correlation between these two columns, that is the salaries and the job satisfaction column. So we are done with step number 6 now, where we got the correlation between two columns, and now we will move to our next step, that is step number 7. So to do step number 7, we will go to our sheet. And now it is saying that ensure that data analysis tool pack kit is enable this one, data analysis. Then use the data analysis tool pack to create a histogram based on the salaries in column C. Use the range I9 as the bin range. So this will be our bin range. So we will first select the histogram option from here because we are supposed to create the histogram from the data analysis. Click OK. After clicking OK, so input range will be salaries in column C. So input range will be salaries in column C, this one. Bin range will be this one, I4 to I9. Then ensure the cumulative percentage, column labels and chart output are included. Cumulative percentage, check this box, chart output and output range, this one, and output will be in K4, that is given here, you can see that, this one, K4. So we will use K4 for this one. And it should include the labels. So you can see that histogram is there, this one. So that is our that was step number. So it is saying added the result text in cell K4 to display salary if necessary. So K4 is already displaying the salary, you can see that. So we don't need to change this. So that is all about step number 7, and we will move to our next step now. Next step is step number 8 now, this one. So ensure that Office data worksheet is active. Use the data analysis tool pack to perform a single factor ANOVA on the range C3 up to E35. Place the results starting in cell G3. Be sure to include the columns label. Resize the columns G5 as needed. So we are supposed to use the single ANOVA factor to do this step, and we will go to Office data worksheet, this one. So to do this step, we will just go to the data tab again, this one, and then click on the data analysis and select the ANOVA single factor. So after selecting the ANOVA single factor, we will click OK. Now our input range is given, that is C3 up to E35, this one. We will just copy this range and we will paste it here. So Place the results starting in cell G3. Be sure to include the column labels. Resize the column G and M as needed. So label should be there. Output will be in G3. Because it is given, you can see that. This one. Place the result starting in cell G3. Column label, resize the column G and M as needed. So we are doing single ANOVA factor data analysis. Input range is given. Check this box, label in the first row, output range and result start from G3, this one. That is our requirement. We will click OK now. And this is our single. So we will auto fit these G to M. So you can see that this is our result of single factor ANOVA. That is step number 8. In step number 8, we did single ANOVA factor data analysis and we got these results. So we will move to our next step, and our next step is step number 9 now. Create a forecast sheet that depicts year-over-year growth in customer growth. Set the forecast end year as 2025 and place the result on a new worksheet named 2025 forecast. So we are supposed to insert a forecast sheet. For this we will click data tab here and we will click the forecast sheet, this one. After clicking the forecast sheet, we are supposed to use the 2025 as the end year. So we will change the forecast end to 2025, this one. So you can see that this is ending at 2025. When you will increase this, 2026, this one, 2027. So we are supposed to use 2025 for this one, So create this on a new worksheet and we will name this worksheet as the 2025 forecast. That is our step number 9. So you are left with step number 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have shown you 9 steps for this assignment. Now I am going to show you the final version for this assignment. When you will apply all the remaining steps, then you will get a final version like this. Step number 11 is about the scatter. This is the scatter that we got in step number 10. That is customer growth. That is the chart title. This one, customer growth. That has the R square and trend line. This one and the equation. So that is the requirement. You can see that this one that shows the equation. This one and the R square. This one. So you can see that R square is here and this equation is here. And add the chart title to customer growth. This is the customer growth. That is the requirement. So after that we are supposed to enter a function in cell E4 to calculate the intercept of the linear trend line created in previous step. So E4 is here and we got this intercept. Then we got the slope for this one. You can see this one as well. Slope is there, intercept is there. And after that, slope is there, R square in G4. This one, R square, RSQ is R square. That is in G4 of this one. And after the standard deviation. So we got these values after using the formula for intercept, slope, R square and standard deviation. Then after that, use the forecast or linear function inside E7. So E7 is here, this one. We use the function and got this value. So that is the complete assignment. Complete your analysis by added the formula range F7 to G7, F7, G7. This is F7 and G7, that is a high and low forecast, a high forecast and low forecast. So basically I have shown you complete assignment. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, I can do this assignment for you. I can do this complete course for you. You can hire me for your complete course. You can hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, or writing assignment, statistics, mathematics. So let me give you an overview again of this assignment. This will be employee satisfaction. That will have a histogram on it. This will be histogram. Then office data, that will have a single ANOVA factor data analysis. And after that, this is 2025 forecast sheet that contains a forecast sheet that is ending at 2025, this one. And after that, this is the customer sheet that have a scatter chart title growth, customer growth, having the equation on it and R square value and a linear trend line, this one, that is the dotted line, and that have an intercept value, slow value, R square value, standard deviation as well. After that, we have a forecast, high forecast and low forecast. So this is the complete assignment, but if you want me to do this assignment, I can do this assignment for you. Just subscribe to my channel, like my video and comments to my video. If you have any question, please leave a message on WhatsApp. I will respond as soon as possible. Thank you so much again. I will get back to you with another video. Thank you so much again.